3 signs you're desperate for love. I'm Keeley Taverner, psychotherapist with a passion for unlocking potential. Now this video is for the singletons out there who are looking for love. Maybe time has gone by and you can't believe it's been a number of years, and maybe desperation is starting to kick in. Now, if you're not sure, these are the 5 signs that you're desperate for love. Remember, I make 2 videos every week designed to inspire thought and encourage you to unlock your potential. To get my videos first, do consider subscribing to the Key for Change YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. The first sign that you're desperate for love is that you lower your standards. You may see some behavior that is particularly selfish and has you slightly baffled about who the person is that you're dating, but because you're desperate for love, you push it to one side. You ignore the warning signs because ultimately you have a fear or you feel uncomfortable being on your own. And so when we lower our standards, often we are paving way for nonsense. And if we don't confront that in the early days, it can be far more tricky by the time the relationship is established and we've grown attached. And ladies, if you've got stigmatized during that process, it can be even more trickier to sever that bond. Secondly, if you're someone who goes above and beyond to please a potential love interest, if you present yourself as a 10 out of 10 every single day in order to make yourself most desirable, then it's fair to say that those standards are not achievable and you're setting yourself up in an unrealistic fashion. When we go above and beyond, it may be because we're trying to prove something to somebody or trying to make ourselves the best possible option for that person. And sometimes in doing so, we may give off a sense of desperation. And people can pick up on desperation. And if we're not mindful, we can drop into the hands of manipulative and controlling people who trade on our capacity for their own ends. That's the second tip to be mindful of, that you go above and beyond and set yourself standards that you cannot always achieve. Lastly, you say yes to everything. You are always available, and you may even drop your own plans with other friends in order to accommodate that individual. Now, this can cause you problems because sometimes your friends will be annoyed. They feel that they're just sort of ad hoc and they're not a priority in your life. And it may mean that when you go into a relationship, you forget everybody else and you become like purely focused on that individual. In the end, when you have a relationship like that where your other friendships have broken down, we start to become enmeshed with that individual, and ultimately we can lose our own identity, which will cause us more problems in the future. So if you're someone who is always saying yes, you're always available, you're more likely also to get into the fact that you start to people please for that individual. Now, I do a video on people pleasing, have a look. I'll put a link above if you're watching my YouTube channel. But when we people please, it's particularly dangerous because we end up saying yes, yes, yes to them and ultimately no to ourselves. And again, this is a factor that leads into depression and anxiety because we become separate from our authentic self. And that is never good for us. Those are my 3 signs that you may be desperate for love. If they are of benefit to you, do consider sharing. I am Keeley Taverner, psychotherapist with a passion for unlocking potential. Do take care of you, because if you don't, who will?